Hey folks, how you doing? Coach Gavin here from Training for Warriors Hybrid again. So this is the next video in our little nutrition series we're doing here, just covering a lot of the most common things that we found crop up for people when they're trying to change their nutritional habits, either to drop some weight, lose some inches, or start building on some muscle, okay? So the first thing I want to kind of cover with you is that it's not a diet you're doing, it's a lifestyle, and you're changing your habits at the end of the day, okay? So there is a whole neuroscience side to this, and we're not going to touch on it now, so don't worry. But again, it's something I believe is going to become a very important part of people's process and kind of their progress as time goes on. So basically what I mean by the neuroscience side is basically your relationship with food and how you view things, and stress eating and emotional eating and things like that as well, and that's a huge part to it. Okay, but so in our first video we discussed the 4 layers that we have here in Training for Warriors Hybrid that we use when it comes to our clients' nutrition. So we have our absolute basic black and white non-negotiable Warrior 20. Then we move on to the handful method, which gives us basically a very straightforward, simple to use, easy to follow kind of portion control approach. Then we discussed a little bit about kind of testing and trial and error when it comes to people's food and their possible intolerances or allergies to food then as well. And then finally splitting things down into counting macros for people then as well. As you progress up the layers, things get more challenging. So until you've mastered the layer you're on, there's no need or there's no point in going and looking at or confusing yourself by researching the other areas then as well. Because at the end of the day, if you can't eat broccoli every day, if you can't eat something healthy every day, something that you know is healthy every day, then trying to weigh and measure and count out and calculate your food for every meal, that's just not going to happen at all. Let's call a spade here, folks. So in this video, I want to talk to you about everyone's favorite topic, cheat meals. Okay? One of the things, yes, I do believe people should be able to have flexibility in their nutrition and in their diet and in their lifestyle, to eat out, to have a few drinks, to indulge themselves every so often in certain foods or certain kind of styles of eating that may not be the healthiest for them as well. So, wrong side. So, the main 2 questions that people come up is, how soon into my progress can I have them, and how often can I have them, okay? In terms of how soon, look, the more weight you have to lose, or the more inches you want to drop, you know, that means the cleaner you have to eat earlier on in the process. We need to put in a decent amount of dedicated effort to change those habits. So we're not talking about breaking the bad habits straight away. We're talking about building the good habits so they surpass your bad habits, and then as time goes on we can start breaking the bad habits as well. So that becomes a double positive. Not only are we increasing the good, we're decreasing the bad, and we're separating that gap. What can happen here is people generally Monday through Friday or Monday through Thursday eat reasonably well. It comes to Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and oh yeah, I'm having a break this weekend. So for 4 days you're good, for 3 days you're bad. Though that's nearly a 50-50 split, guys, let's be real here, okay? So I advise people not to have a cheat meal or, you know, a cheat day, heaven forbid, at least for between 4 and 6 weeks when they're starting off. And in some cases it's longer, in some cases it's shorter. When clients and when members are able to show me and show Karen that they are living these new good habits, they're maintaining these new good habits, and they're consistent with their approach, then we can kind of say, okay, now we can kind of, you know, have a little bit of a reprieve, a little bit of a break, a couple of glasses of wine, a few beers, pizza, takeaway, whatever their vice may be, okay? But the reality is, when people have a lot of weight to lose, and if they have to do it in a short space of time, we don't have that much leeway, because when we're having these bad foods, you know, they're reinforcing these bad habits, and it's the bad habit that causes the main issue then as well, okay? So spend more time building your good habits, and the higher your good habits go, the more of a natural kind of, your good habit should eventually be like breathing, that you do it without even thinking about it. Then you can kind of start going, okay, well then I can have it. How often should they be? You know, 2 weeks, once every 2 weeks is fine, unless there's a major cause for celebration that has to come up then as well. you know, a big birthday, a wedding, something like that then as well. Try and kind of limit it then as well. A couple of handfuls of snacking on stuff here and there. It's not going to break the bank, no, absolutely not. But it's just going to make sure that, you know, it's still in your system, you know, again, and to use drugs as an example here, it's still in your system. You're still craving it, you're still wanting it. And basically it's keeping that bad habit alive, okay? I'm not speaking from first-hand experience there, just to clarify that, okay? But when it comes to the food as well, if it's still in our system, we have a taste for it, and then you want it again and want it and want it and want it until you go and eat that item again. And then, so let's say Mars bars, for example, you have a Mars bar, tastes great, it's still in your system, so your brain is still thinking, I want it, I want it, I want it. And then it's going to keep saying that until you have another Mars bar or until you have something sweet. Then it's going to satisfy itself, and then that noise or that voice is going to go back saying they want it, they want it, they want it. So just to recap it here, guys, to wrap it up, alright? If you're starting off and you're finally ready to make your last starting point when it comes to your nutrition, give it a good bit of time. Stay clear of all the foods. I know it's going to be hard and I appreciate that, but what you're fighting for and what you're working for is so much more important. And I know there's so much temptation. There's hundreds upon thousands of temptations around you every day, in your home, in your work, when you go shopping, when you fill your car with petrol. Just stay strong, bounce back, and there is going to be a tug of war for a while, okay? So try, you know, aim to go, just focus on your next meal. A good meal, that's grand. Move on to the next one, good meal, that's fine, good meal, that's fine. And we'll talk about that in another video later on about kind of, you know, ratios and percentages of good meals to bad meals. So don't have your cheat meals too often, okay? And if you do, just keep in mind that you're just going to end up kind of seesawing. You're going to do well, not do well, do well, not do well. And if you're fine with that, then that's perfectly fine, okay? But if you're not, you know yourself. You just need to decrease the frequency and the intensity of your bad meals or your cheat meals or whatever you want to title them, okay? Guys, thanks for your time again. All the previous videos are on our YouTube channel. Most of them are on the Facebook page here as well. And soon they're all going to be logged on our TFW hybrid website, where you're going to be able to just basically find page upon page of all the videos that you can watch at your own leisure, make notes, and then send us any questions you have on it. Alright guys, thanks for your time. Best of luck. Talk to you soon.